Welcome to Celtic Park for this Tennent's Scottish Cup third round tie between Celtic and Dumbarton. Celtic manager Gordon Strachan did say that he would play his strongest side for this match, and there's no doubt that he's done just that. He's gone for Boric in goal, a back four of Paul Telfer, Lee Naylor, Stephen Presley, Darren O'Dea. In the middle it'll be Nakamura, Lennon, Snow and McGeady, and up front Zurawski and Jan Venegur of Hesselink, coming back off injury. Not had much action this season, but he's back to bang in a few goals this afternoon. For Dumbarton, well, manager Jerry McCabe just happy to get a team out on the park. The flu virus hit his club, and so much so that the midweek game against Berwick Rangers had to be postponed. So off we go then in this Tennent's Scottish Cup third round tie. Of course, Celtic well ahead in the SPL race. This gives them another focus for 2007. Dumbarton, well, they're currently sitting in fourth place in Division 3. This, I suppose, is their cup final. Immediately Celtic on the attack. Venegur of Hesselink with a bit of space up front. Plays it back to Naylor. And now Snow. Gordon Strachan really has played a strong team this afternoon against the third division outfit. Nakamura, an ever present this season. Well, won by Bagan in the middle of the park, and now Dumbarton can break. Wayne Boris, well tackled by Lee Naylor. Bagan plays the ball in, looking for McQuilkin. McQuilkin turns on it, plays in the shot. Well, what a chance, what an early chance for Dumbarton. The defence looked all at sea there as the ball came in from, it was David Bagan who played in McQuilkin. He was in acres of space, got time to get the ball down, turn, play the shot in, and Boric watched it go wide. Well, an early scare for Celtic. I think Gordon Strachan will be concerned about his complacency. Who could forget Clyde from last season? There's Snow, back to Lennon. Stephen Presley getting his second start for Celtic. Looking to gain some match fitness before going to take on his own teammates at Tynecastle. Naylor with the long searching ball forward, looking for Venegur of Hesselink. It's cut out well by David Craig. Here's Geoghegan. Bagan loses out in the middle of the park to Lennon. What can he do here? Here's Zurawski. Nakamura does well to flick it past Britton, but Britton just clipped his heels as he went past. That'll be a free kick to Celtic, about 22, 23 yards out. Nakamura should fancy this one. The only player to have played every game for Celtic so far this season. Nakamura with a chance here for the opening goal for one of his trademark free kicks. Stephen Grindley in goal, just setting up his wall. Here's Nakamura. It's over the wall and Grindley gathers well at his right post. Nakamura showing us what he can do there, of course. Dumbarton will know how dangerous he can be from set pieces. Here he is again, Nakamura. Lovely ball forward, plays in Zurawski's one-on-one with the goalkeeper. He takes it over the head of Stephen Grindley into the back of the net. And it's the opening goal here at Celtic Park, and it's Magic Zurawski that gets it. Well, Nakamura it was who played the chip over. Zurawski was one-on-one with Grindley, who came out, tried to narrow the angle, but Zurawski had the intelligence to just chip it over the head of the onrushing Dumbarton keeper for an early goal. Celtic 1, Dumbarton 0. Well, that's exactly the kind of professional start that Gordon Strachan will be looking from his team. He said he would treat this game like any other game. Craig Beattie spoke about treating it just like a Champions League tie. They certainly do seem to be taking it seriously enough, and they'll be delighted with that early opening goal. Here's Naylor into McGeady. Well, Naylor dispossessed there by Ryan Boris. Here's Boris again, back to Gagan, and now Bagan. Darren O'Day should clear that. Dumbarton side really struck down by flu this week, but it's amazing what a visit to Celtic Park can do to your immune system. Even Andrew Gagan and David Bagan, who were late injury doubts, managed to make it into the starting 11. Here's Lennon. Boris is with him, he plays it inside to Naylor. It's won by Dumbarton though. A chance now as Gagan crosses it in. Boric comes out to gather and does it the first attempt. Well, Dumbarton may not have the talent that Celtic have, but there'll be no short of effort this afternoon. They will give 100%, you can be sure of that. Goal scorer Zurawski, back to Lennon. Snow had Nakamura to his right. He was dispossessed by Gentili in the middle of the park though. Well, he manages to win the ball back illegally, says referee Willie Collum, penalising Evander Snow for pulling on the shirt of the Dumbarton midfielder. Here's Craig Britton, dispossessed by Snow. Darren O'Day and Stephen Presley, the centre-back pairing for this game. Gordon Strachan said, if you had told me a couple of months ago that would be the case, I'd have said you were crazy. But anything can happen in football. Here's Paul Telfer. Celtic getting the bulk of the possession, like you might expect. Nice ball played forward, chase on by Zurawski. Gonna go out for the by kick. Well, the last time Dumbarton beat Celtic, you've got to go back to 1892 for that victory. That was a good year for Celtic Football Club as well. That was the year they went on to win their very first trophy. They won the Scottish Cup that year, back in 1892. Here's McGeady. Presley looking to play a long ball upfield, decides to change his mind, plays it short to Telfer. Good of Hesselink to Snow. McGeady has got Naylor running down the left wing. Naylor's now in the box, he cuts it back, looking for Venegood of Hesselink, who had made the run, but it's well cut out by Britton. There's Paul McQuilkin. McQuilkin's big cousin Jamie, the experienced Scottish Cup final last year, playing for Gretna against Hearts. Safely back to Boric. Well, it really is a big task here for Dumbarton as the ball is played through to Venegood of Hesselink. What can he do here? Has to turn back. Celtic unbeaten at Celtic Park in most competitions throughout 2006. The only team to beat them here was Falkirk. Here's Nakamura. Of the chip inside, Zurawski wins it, chests it down, the shot comes in, And Żurawski gets Celtic's second and his second of the match. Well, Telford played the ball back. It was Nakamura again who provides the chip inside. Żurawski had time and the confidence and composure to chest the ball down. And on the half volley, he rifled the ball into the back of the net for his second goal of the game. Able to get in front of his marker, chest it down, and a clinical finish from the Polish striker. Well, if Dumbarton had a task in their hands before the game, they really have a mountain to climb now. 2-0 down so early in the game. Gentili back to Craig. What can Dumbarton do now? There's Bagan. Geoghegan makes the run forward. It's cut out well though by O'Dea. Well, Żurawski is showing his clinical finishing prowess there with 2 goals early on here for Celtic to calm the nerves, I suppose, and make manager Gordon Strachan a little bit happier in the dugout. There's Darren O'Dea. O'Dea's done well since coming into the Celtic defence, not only his defensive duties, but he's come through with a couple of goals as well. Presley chips it forward, looking for Vinegar of Hesselink. It's cut out well though by Dumbarton. Here's Chris Boyle. Through to McQuilkin, tries to turn Presley on it, but the big Celtic defender does well to cut it out. Boris turns it inside and plays it to the experienced David Bagan. Bagan looking for options in the box, but the Celtic defence mark up well. Here's Britton. Again, closed down well by Snow. One by Snow, no free kick, says the referee. Celtic can clear the lines. Telford inside to goal hero Żurawski. McGiddy ball forward, cut out well by Mark Canning. Well, interesting to see what kind of game we've got ahead of us now, with Celtic getting those 2 early goals. Will that be enough as Presley illegally goes into the back of Gentili? Will that be enough for Celtic to sit back and relax on, or will they go forward and look to score at every opportunity? Here's Bagan. Long ball to the far side, looking for Ryan Boris, but it goes behind the goal for a bye kick to Celtic. Dumbarton currently sitting 4th in Division 3. They were relegated at the end of last season for Division 2, so they're looking to get straight back up. New manager Jerry McCabe has made a few signings since he's come in, and they're currently challenging close near the top. Here they come forward. It's, well, a chance now for Craig Winter. Will he? Well, he went for the long range shot. Darren O'Dea cut it out well, and McGiddy breaks away. Referee said he was fouled. Free kick to Celtic. Snow almost dispossessed here by McQuilkin. Here he is again, back to Presley. Naylor again, looking for options inside, decides to play it to the run of Żurawski. McGeady tried to cut inside there, but he was illegally taken down. Another chance now for Celtic to maybe make something here. McGeady and Telfer over it. McGeady leaves it to the English wing-back. In it comes. Zurawski's at the front post. He tries to flick it back, but couldn't get enough on it. Dumbarton can clear. Here's McQuilkin. Britton plays it inside to Craig Winter. Dumbarton still have it. Begin. Playing possession football in their own half. I suppose that's what Celtic would be looking for. Long ball played forward. The assistant referee has his flag up, however, against McQuilkin. Dumbarton, of course, a part-time club in the 3rd division, to give you an idea of the difference in fitness levels, perhaps. Of course, they've all got real jobs that they go to during the day before a match day. They maybe train for a couple of hours for a couple of days beforehand, and that'll be it. So a big pitch like Celtic Park should take it out of them. But we'll see. Here's Boylan to Begin. Well, Gentili was in an offside position as he made the run back, decided to leave it. Plays it long, looking for the run of Zurawski, and he finds him. Marked well by Mark Canning, though. He gets the foot in, throw to Celtic. Celtic deciding to keep the big men back for this one. Both Presley and O'Day still in their defensive positions as the throw comes into. And very good of Hesselink, can't quite get the flick on. Here's Lennon. Nakamura wins it. Seemed to be taken down from the back. No decision from the referee there. Lennon again in possession. Is it wide to Naylor? Snow looking for the run of Nakamura. That should be cut out by Boyle, and it is, but only as far as Telfer. Again into Nakamura. Celtic, as you would expect, really controlling things in the middle of the park, with Lennon and Nakamura especially getting lots of the play. Here's McGeady. Andrew Geoghegan makes the challenge. McGeady is forced back. The cross does come in, though. It's cleared well by Britton. Gordon Strachan yet to win the Scottish Cup with Celtic. He has won the League Cup, but not the Scottish Cup. Of course, they went out at this stage last season. Who could forget that game in Broadwood against Clyde? He won't be wanting to make those same mistakes this year. Certainly started convincingly enough for him in this game. Lennon to very good of Hesselink. Now Nakamura. McGeady takes a return pass from Naylor. Canning was there, though, to cut out the potential attack. McGeady turns inside, plays the cross. That should be gathered easily by the keeper, and it is. Stephen Grindley with safe pair of hands there. Served an apprenticeship down at Newcastle early in his career. Still only 23 years old. One in the air by Canning, only as far as McGeady. Inside to Zurawski. And then looks up, McGeady gives him the run. Naylor makes the run down the left on the outside. He plays the first ball in. Vinegar of Hesselink is there, just couldn't get on the end of it. It's come to Nakamura, he turns back to the Dutchman. Dumbarton can clear the lines. Wow, that was almost number 3 for Celtic. It's still not clear though. Inside to Snow. McGeady goes one way, then the other. Again, plays it inside. Zurawski with the flick on, looking for Vinegar of Hesselink. Again, it's well defended by Dumbarton, cleared by Britton. Lennon looked to be getting held back there. No, says the referee. Play on. Nice ball inside from Nakamura to Snow. Bit of space in front of him. McGeady makes the run to the far side of the box and he collects. Nice first touch by McGeady. Well, he tried to turn Andrew Geoghegan, but the young Dumbarton fullback was wise to that and clears for the throw. Cross comes in, cleared by Boyle. Well, Dumbarton finding it very hard to mount any sort of attack in this match, and when you're 2 goals down and you need to get forward, it's always very difficult when you just cannot get the ball in the middle of the park. Here's McGeady having a lot of possession. Dumbarton being pushed back and back further into their own half. Will Telfer get there? He does. Touch inside to Nakamura. Lovely skip inside. Nice reverse ball back to Telfer. First time inside. Wow, Jan Vinegar of Hesselink had some time in the box. Perhaps too much time. He took it first touch well, but he just couldn't quite make contact and seemed to slip as he went for the clinical finish. Quite similar to the chance he had recently against Kilmarnock that came off the post. This time he just couldn't get a good contact on the ball. Lovely move by Celtic nonetheless. Snow loses out in midfield. Now what can Dumbarton do here? Here's McQuilkin trying to play it back to Bagan. Craig Britton's there. Here's Ryan Boris. Takes it down to the wing, looking for the cross. Telfer gets the interception. Corner to Dumbarton. Well, manager Jerry McCabe will be looking for set pieces as his best chance for his side to get a goal this afternoon. He'll be looking for as many corners as he can get. Let's see what they can do with this one. Chris Boyle takes it short. And now the cross comes in. Well, a chance there for Dumbarton. Craig Winter was in the box. He nearly got a clean header on it. Boric did come out, didn't look too convincing. And Celtic can clear in the end, but maybe a sign that Celtic do have to watch when Dumbarton come forward. They do have a scoring threat from set pieces. Well, they had one chance early on in the match at 0-0. That's the second time they've come fairly close to scoring. Offside. Not a full crowd here at Celtic Park for this tie, but maybe about a half-full stadium. Still a great afternoon for these Dumbarton players and the 2,000 travelling fans who have made the short journey to the east end of Glasgow. Telfer inside to Snow. McGeady's made the run wide to the left. He picks it up. Nice first touch by McGeady. Takes on Boris, plays in the cross. Well, the Dumbarton defence difficult to clear that facing their own goal. Very good of Hesselink, just couldn't get on the end of it. And now away come Dumbarton. Here's McQuilkin. Easily won back by Snow, plays it in towards Zurawski, just cut out well there by Canning. Well, manager Gordon Strachan will be fairly happy with his team's performance and of course the couple of goals early on. No chance of complacency though with Gordon Strachan shouting instructions from the touchline. Nakamura been a thorn in Dumbarton's side so far in this match, setting up both goals for Zurawski. Lennon to McGeady. Naylor finds Vennegood of Hesselink, but a bit too hard with the pass. Well won by Presley. Here's McGeady again. Inside to Lennon. Nice touch on by Nakamura. Snow felt he was held back. Referee agrees. Free kick to Celtic. Nakamura with the first time pass there, trying to play through Snow. He had a lot of space in front of him, but he was just illegally pulled back by the Dumbarton midfield. Here he is now though. Again trying to play in Zurawski, but it's well cut out by Dumbarton. Bagan with the long ball, finds McQuilkin. Again very quickly, 2 Celtic jerseys on him. Darren O'Day, confident last man challenge. Boyle turns inside, he's tripped by Telfer, free kick to Dumbarton. Craig Britton takes it short to Boyle. Britton looks for the return pass. Nakamura though wins possession back for Celtic well. He's got Lennon to his inside. McGeady makes the run through the centre. Naylor's on his own out wide. Here's Lee Naylor. Turns inside. He wants the return pass from McGeady. McGeady chooses to check back and he's dispossessed in the end. That's well played by Dumbarton. And well won back by Snow. Gentili didn't have many options ahead as all his teammates had come back to defend that last chance for Celtic. Very good of Hesselink to McGeady. Back to the Dutchman. Tries to play it back to McGeady, didn't work, but here's Naylor. McGeady now. Well, the ball came in. Here's Zurawski again with time in the box. This time he couldn't get it down quickly enough for the shot. Assistant referee's flag gone up, I think, for perhaps handball or offside, was it? Either way, the chance is gone. Dumbarton can perhaps mount another attack. Well, Zurawski again with time and space in the box there. Just tried to chest it down like he did for his second goal this time. Not able to do that. One well in the air by Presley. Convincing header forward. Here's Winter. Cut out well by Telfer. Back towards Boric. He's out his box. Celtic really have got so much space in this match. Inside to McGeady. And inside again to Nakamura. Nakamura with a lovely dinked ball forward to Vennegood of Hesselink. He just couldn't quite control the ball enough with his first touch and it went all the way through to Grindley. Another chance though for Celtic. Nakamura again getting lots of possession. Here's Telfer. Inside to Zurawski. Takes it wide, plays the cross in. Brindley gathers it well. Well, Gordon Strachan will be pleased to see Venegood of Hesselink back in the side. He gives Celtic another option in the middle with his height and his power. Gives Zurawski the chance to take the ball wide and play in a cross when you know you've got a target man like Venegood of Hesselink in the box. Something that Celtic have maybe been missing over the last few weeks as he's been out injured. Well, Neil Lennon with the ball there, and Craig Winter came barging into the back of him. The referee will have a word. Lennon gets the ball here. Craig Winter just barges right in from behind. McGeady towards Zurawski. He's well marshalled by Canning, tries to let the ball go out. Zurawski picks it up though, plays it inside, looking for Venegood of Hesselink. Cut out well though by Dumbarton. Neil Lennon showing no effects of that last tackle by Winter. Here's O'Dea looking to play one of his trademark long passes, and what a pass it is. Finds Nakamura on the right. He's got space to look up. Got Telfer with him. Telfer plays in the first time cross, looking for Snow. Here's Zurawski. Telfer switches it, plays a nice ball out to Naylor. Naylor in a much more advanced position. Here he is again, cuts inside onto his right foot. Uses his left though, plays in Venegood of Hesselink. The flag stayed down. He was one-on-one with the keeper, tries again, but it's well saved this time by Grindley. Well, that was a real chance for Venegood of Hesselink to come back with a goal. Naylor played a lovely ball inside. He was one-on-one with the keeper, just tried to dink it over him with his right foot and just couldn't. The ball broke to him again. This time Grindley came out and narrowed the angle with a good save. Here's McGeady, he's got options, plays in Zurawski. Zurawski goes for the shot and it's just wide. Well, Celtic really mounting attack after attack. Zurawski looking for a first half hat-trick. Just fires that one wide of Grindley's left post. Well, the Celtic midfield playing some nice passes, getting acres of space there, pushing the Dumbarton defence back, defending so deeply, allowing Zurawski and Venegood of Hesselink some real clear-cut chances. McGeady plays the ball through, Dumbarton can't clear. Zurawski, will he get his hat-trick? Well, he won't get an easier chance than that. A wry smile on the face of Zurawski. He took it round Grindley well, he turned round, the goal was at his mercy, and he contrived to hit the ball against the post and by for a goal kick. Well, Zurawski almost capping off a fantastic first half performance with a hat-trick, but when it came down to it, just couldn't put in possibly the easiest finish that he's had this half. That'll be cut out by Boyle. Well, dispossessed now. What can Celtic make of this? Here's Evander Snow. He's got McGeady now on his own on the left. McGeady's got lots of space. He's got options with Zurawski and Venegood of Hesselink. Decides to go himself. It's a good challenge though. Well, McGeady did have options in the box. Decided to do one of his tricks and go for the shot himself. He steps over the ball, takes it to the left, but it's a good tackle back by Geoghegan. Nakamura to swing this in. And it comes, Presley was in there with a header just over the bar. Well, Stephen Presley was bought for his defensive qualities, but as everyone knows, he's certainly a threat in set pieces when he goes up to the other end. Almost getting in there with his first goal for Celtic. Craig Britton plays it long, looking for McQuilkin. It's cut out well by Presley. Darren O'Dea can play it back to Boric. Naylor back to O'Dea. Celtic just happy to keep possession in defence. Snow with a bit of space ahead, decides to check back. Nice play by Snow. Nakamura comes inside to Gallo. First touch back to Lennon. Good possession football by Celtic. Here's Snow. Zurawski and Vennegood of Hesselink looking to make the space up front, giving options of a pass. The ball's played long by Nakamura. Geoghegan clears for a throw. Here's McGeady, turns inside, looking to play the shot, does play the shot. Well saved by the Dumbarton keeper. Well, Aidan McGeady does like to do that. His trademark run in from the left, cuts inside onto his right foot. But the shot couldn't beat Grindley. Well won by O'Dea. Snow went down, no free kick, says the referee. As Gentili comes forward, he's well challenged by O'Dea. Still got the ball though. Boris turns inside as well, tracked back and well challenged by McGeady though, showing us his defensive qualities as well. Celtic, of course, have been winners of the Scottish Cup, a record 33 times. It's fair to say they certainly look to have the SPL title in the bag so early on. They'll be looking to get the cool double this year, and perhaps the Champions League, who knows. Taken down well by Boyle and back to Bagan. David Bagan, a very experienced campaigner, was on the books of Kilmarnock and turned out for Wraith Rovers as well. One of Jerry McCabe's first signing when he took over at Dumbarton. Here he is. Nice ball forward to Geoghegan. Good play that by Geoghegan. Inside to Bagan again. Takes on Zurawski. He's got Britton to his left. Thought about playing the cross. Check back to Bagan though. Nice ball in. Now here's Chris Boyle on his favoured left foot. Well, the flag was up for offside. Some nice possession football there from Dumbarton. David Bagan controlling things from the middle of the park. Nice chip forward towards Chris Boyle, who had just run into an offside position. McGeady does well, turns inside, got time to look up, again trying to play in Vennegood of Hesselink. It's cut out well though by Britton. looking to cut inside again. Good challenge that time by Ryan Boris. Dumbarton on the break, he's got McQuilkin up ahead. Celtic back in numbers though. McGeady does well to come back after losing possession. Boris still has it. That'll be cut out. Now Nakamura, chance now for the counter-attack from Celtic. Here's Nakamura, he's got Zurawski up ahead. Zurawski up against Canning, cuts inside. Well, he just didn't seem to quite get a clean contact on that when he hit it, Magic Zurawski. Turned inside, yeah, he seemed to just miss-hit that. Can't say he's not got his shooting boots on though, already with 2 goals in this half. Presley should win that, and he does. Nakamura back to Telford. Stephen Presley only had a couple of days training before making his Celtic debut. He'll be using a match like this to really get his body back to peak fitness before the visit to Tynecastle to take on his old teammates. Snow plays it wide to Telford, he's made the run forward. Celtic looking very, very comfortable on the ball. Here's Lennon. Nakamura with acres of space. Here's Vennegood Hesselink back to Nakamura. Will they go for the shot? Checks back. Gives it to Vennegood Hesselink again. It's well cleared though by David Craig. Here's Nakamura. Zurawski making the run. Zurawski collects, runs into the box, trying to find Vennegood Hesselink with the ball in him. Well, it's come off the bar. Vennegood Hesselink is there to tap in the easiest of chances for Celtic's 3rd goal. Well, it did look like it had been cleared, but somehow the ball came back in. And Vennegood Hesselink found it at his feet, and the easiest of chances just to tap the ball over the goal line from about half a yard out. Well, the big Dutchman just back in the side after injury. He'll be delighted to get back on the score sheet. First goal for him, 3rd goal for Celtic. Well, Gordon Strachan was asked before the match whether he'd be reminding his players of the defeat to Clyde at this stage in the Scottish Cup last season, and he said he didn't think he would need to remind them. He said they will remember that themselves, and you can certainly see the way Celtic have approached this match. Perhaps they had that game in the back of their minds. Convincingly ahead, 3-0. Here come Dumbarton though, here's McQuilkin. Here's Geoghegan taking on McGeady. He's got Naylor there too. It's Naylor that comes away with the ball. Nice little ball forward to McGeady and back to Naylor. Wow, lovely little back heel touch inside from Vennegood Hesselink. Nakamura's dispossessed though. Forward come Dumbarton, but they lose possession. Snow playing the long ball, looking for Zurawski. Grindley checked back, thought about coming out, checked back, but then decided to continue his run. Just as well for him, he was able to gather. Telfer plays it inside to Darren O'Dea. He's got Craig Winter with him. He plays a nice ball forward though to McGeady. Well, the referee blows his whistle for half-time. A convincing performance by Celtic. Dumbarton had the first chance in the match, but in Magic Zurawski, he came up with a quick double to put Celtic convincingly in the lead. And then just before half-time, got very good of Hesselink back into this game, makes it 3. The first from Zurawski, a nice chip over Grindley. That made it 1-0. Nakamura then again played in Zurawski for his second. Telfer played it back to the Japanese midfield. A nice chip inside. Zurawski had time to chest the ball down and send a half volley past the keeper. Half time here at Celtic Park. It's Celtic 3, Dumbarton 0.
There's top Bank of Scotland Premier League action this Sunday when Hearts take on Celtic live on Setanta Sports 1. While the Hoops head down the home straight with the winning post in sight, the Jambos are battling in the chasing pack as they fight for a place in Europe.
What a finish!
That's Hearts v Celtic.
Pinnacle of Hesselink!
Live from Tynecastle this Sunday only on Setanta Sports 1.
In most homes, lighting accounts for up to 15% of the electricity bill. Save energy, money, and the environment. Call 0800 512 012.
Get out, stay out. Call 999.
Scottish Leader, the official whisky of Celtic.
It's competition time now on Celtic TV, and on offer we have 5 bottles of fine Scottish Leader traditional whisky. To be in with a chance of winning, just nominate your man of the match from the game at the weekend. Call 0901 633 1888 from the UK or 1513 712 522 if you live in the Republic of Ireland. Or text Celtic TV, leave a space, then add the player's name of your choice, remembering to add your own name to 85010 if you live in the UK. All entries must be over 18. Lines close midnight on Friday.
Scottish Leader, the official whisky of Celtic.
So here we go then in the second half of this Tennent's Scottish Cup third round tie between Celtic and Dumbarton. One change made by either manager at half time. Nakamura, who had lots of possession in that first half, he makes way for Derek Riordan on the attack straight away. And Jerry McCabe's made one change on his Dumbarton side. Chris Gentili comes off and on goes Chris Hamilton. Here's McQuilkin. Tries to take it inside. It's corner kicks given. Well, Dumbarton showing their energy and enthusiasm early on in this second half. just like they did in that first half with that early chance. Corner comes in. Boric is there, gets it at the second attempt. Here's Riordan with his first touch. Telfer back to Lennon. Inside to Riordan, back to McGeady. Referee says free kick as McGeady tried to get away. He's just clipped in the back. Early chance in this half for Celtic. Looks like Riordan wants to be the one to take this. Naylor's over it as well. Looks like it might be Naylor with this one. Grindley just checking his wall. It is Naylor. Up he comes. That'll be over the bar. Well, they got the lift on it, just couldn't quite get the topspin to bring the ball back down, and it sailed over Grindley's crossbar. Well, interesting to see what Dumbarton will do in this half. 3 goals behind. Forward looking for some chances and risk letting in another few, or will they tighten things up at the back and settle for 3? It's cleared by Naylor, looking for Venegar of Hesselink. He'll be delighted to get that goal in the first half. He won't score many simpler ones in his career. Free kick given to Dumbarton. Forward comes Britton, most experienced player in the Dumbarton side with over 200 appearances for the club. And here's Boyle. Back to Britton. Derek Riordan getting a few appearances since his summer move from Hibs. Weighing in with his first goal for the club recently against Motherwell 2. He'll be looking for a few chances in this half to add to his tally. Begging forward to McQuilkin. Nice possession football by Dumbarton. Here's Gagan. The ball go over the line. Flags up from the assistant. Throw to Celtic. Darren O'Dea and Stephen Presley, they're up against third division opposition today, but only play the team that's put in front of you, and they certainly look very comfortable together in defence. Neil Lennon almost losing out in the middle there, managing to retrieve the situation. Over by Naylor, looking for 2-goal heroes at Arce. Here's McGeady. Check back. Here's McGeady, he's got 2 men on him, manages to get the ball back to Naylor. Naylor plays the long one, he finds Zarafsky, just can't quite get the ball under control. Celtic just content to sit back and let Dumbarton have possession in their own half. No real desperate need to go and chase the game, being 3-0 up. Riordan plays in Venegar of Hesselink. He's got Zarafsky had made the run out to the right. It was easily cut out though by Craig Britton. Andrew Geoghegan there, one of the players making a miraculous recovery in time for this game. Here's Snow. Big presence in the midfield. Snow manages to keep possession. Here he is again, back to Lennon. Riordan with a bit of space to turn, and he plays in Telfer. Back to Riordan. Well, Telford had made the run forward. Snow tried to play him in, but was easily cut out. There's a substitute, Hamilton with the ball. Turns inside, nice play by Hamilton. Britain chasing that one, he'll just keep it in. Tried to play the early cross. McQuilkin had made a run clear on the edge of the 6-yard box, but it was well cut out by Riordan. Nice turn on the edge of the box. Tried to get the cross in. Stephen Presley was there. Corner kick to Dumbarton. Well, Celtic will be fairly wary of Dumbarton at set pieces. They had a corner in the first half which almost led to a goal. Packed with green and white hoops, and Boric should collect that one easily, and he does. Bit of space now for Lennon. Naylor looks for the return and gets it. Zurawski plays it forward. Vinegar of Hesseling just couldn't quite get the ball under control quickly enough. Here's Snow. Cross in by Telfer. Riordan was there at the near post. Well, as the cross came in from Telfer, it was Riordan that went, couldn't quite connect with it. Just a bit too high for him to get any clean contact on the ball. It's fair to say the ball got a fairly clean contact on him. Long ball forward from Naylor, looking for Vinegar of Hesseling. Here's McGeady. Two Dumbarton players on him, not much options in the way of Celtic jerseys, and Dumbarton can clear with Ryan Boris and now Begin. Gagan trying to find the run of Winter, but it's easily dealt with by O'D. Inside to Begin. Boris looks up, tried to play in Craig, he did manage it. Riordan was there trying to cut it out. Big central defender coming forward, unleashing one from about 25 yards. No trouble for the Celtic defence there, but wow, claims for a penalty by the Dumbarton away support, not given by the referee. It was Winter that went down in the box. Snow back to Presley. Riordan looked to come short, then changed his mind. A long ball into Vinegar of Hesseling, who had just come back from an offside position. Flag went up. Well, Dumbarton, you can tell in this second half, are still got their energy, still playing at 100% and looking to get something from the match. It may only be a consolation goal, but whoever gets it, I'm sure, will be mighty pleased to relive that story for a few years to come. forward again, looking for Vennegoor of Hesselink, who wins the header. McGeady tackled well from behind from Gagan. He looks for the return pass, but Gagan now plays it long. Gagan's Hamilton, it was actually, had run forward, couldn't quite get there. A few players have worn the jerseys of both these sides over the years, such as Willie Wallace, Tom McAdam, Graham Sinclair. Murdo MacLeod, of course, was player coach for a while. So a fair relationship between these two clubs going back through the decades. Here's Lennon back to Presley. Zurawski. Out to Naylor. Naylor plays in a lovely first-time cross. It's well dealt with by Britton. Well, that's exactly what Lee Naylor brings to this Celtic side. His crossing ability, second to none. Lovely first-time cross into the box there, but it was well dealt with by Craig Britton. Corner to Celtic. This time the big men are up. It's O'Day there with the flick on, and Stephen Presley was the man in the 6-yard box. Furthest man forward for Celtic, just couldn't clip it into the back of the net. Well, it was almost his first goal for the club. The corner came in. It was flicked on by O'Day, and Stephen Presley had made the run forward. It was a good save by Grindley. Well, what a start that would have been to Stephen Presley's Celtic career. Man of the match performance on his debut, and then nearly a goal in his second game. Chris Boyle manages to keep it in, turns inside. He will play that back to Boric. Wilden with a nice touch inside. Couldn't quite follow up, he felt he was tripped. Nothing doing, says the referee. Wilden seeing a lot of the ball since he's come on this half. Bacon trying to play forward. McQuilkin, it's well dealt with by O'Day. Still not cleared, here's Hamilton. Into Winter. This time O'Day has to make do with a punt upfield. Ryerton now with space in front of him. He's got options inside with Zurawski, and well, Presley had made the run forward. It was cut out well by Bagan. He goes for the long-range effort. No trouble for Boric that time, but again Celtic got to watch at the back. Lost possession there as Presley tried to come forward, giving Dumbarton a chance. The shot from Bagan just over the bar. Manager Jerry McCabe knows what it's like to win the Scottish Cup. He was assistant to Bobby Williamson back in '97 when Kilmarnock beat Falkirk at Hampden in the Cup final. Forward come his side again. Here's McQuilkin. Winter made the run. McQuilkin decides to check back, gives it to Britton. First time cross comes in. O'Day's there, well dealt with. Not cleared yet. Back to McQuilkin. This time Presley comes in with the clearing header now. Can Celtic break? Here's Ryerton. Presley's made the run forward. Oh, Presley had made the run forward there, hoping that he might end up on the end of something, but it wasn't to be. Struck and bought Presley, of course, with McManus out injured and Bobo Baldi out injured. He was hoping that Presley could bring some much needed experience to the back line. He certainly seems to be playing with a lot of confidence and has settled in very well since he joined the club. Here's McGeady. Zurawski comes short to get it. Nice turn by Zurawski. Still Celtic with it. It's out to Telfer. Cross comes in, looking for Vinegar of Hesselink. He leaves it to Mark Canning. McQuilkin thought he was fouled there by O'Dea. Referee says play on. Telfer out towards Wild and Dumbarton. Try and get possession back. Snow content to play that one back to Presley. A bit hard though, it has to be said. The Scotland defender had to track back to collect that one. Long ball forward by Presley to Zurawski. Good challenge by Britton. That'll be a throw to Celtic. Presley deciding to stay back this time. Forward he comes now though. Here's Presley on the ball. Inside to McGeady. Just couldn't quite get on the end of that. Now Dumbarton on the attack. It's McQuilkin with the ball. He's got options inside. Decides to play the long ball to Geoghegan, who's made the run from the right back position. Darren O'Dea is there. Defend first, that's the rule, and Darren O'Dea is proving himself to be quite adept at defending. Jeremy McCabe ready to make another substitution. It's McQuilkin who will make way. McQuilkin, who works here at Celtic Park in the warehouse. He's the one who's been playing up front on his own for this match. He makes way. And it's young student David McNaught that comes on to replace him. Here's Boris, well tackled though by McGeady. Well, the assistant referee had given the throw to Dumbarton, but the referee overruled that and gave it in Celtic's favour. Long ball forward by Telfer. Zurawski will get this. Telfer again. Celtic being pushed back by Dumbarton. Dumbarton keeping their shape well. Inside to McGeady. He's got Snow inside him. Decides to check back to O'Dea. Evander Snow desperately calling for the pass, still not getting it. Here he is now. And then inside to Lennon. In an advanced position, he plays in Vinegar of Hesselink. He just couldn't quite get on the end of that one. Geoghegan with a searching chip forward, trying to find Chris Hamilton, but again, Darren O'Dea got this great ability of knowing exactly where the ball is going to end up, and makes the art of defending look so easy with his positional sense. Here's Snow. Wow, Snow's dispossessed in the middle of the park as well. He's got to watch. Does manage to get the ball back, but can do nothing but hit it out for a throw-in for Dumbarton. Snow finding himself with lots of space in the middle of the park, but maybe just a little bit careless with that one. Here's Hamilton. Safety first from Snow. He had options up ahead, decided to just check back. Here's Zurawski, still desperately looking for his hat-trick. Lennon back to Zurawski. Naylor forward to Zurawski. Runs over the ball. It's well read though by Andrew Geoghegan. Again to Telfer. Telfer plays a nice, clever pass to McGeady. He's got the space to turn on, and it's well challenged though on the edge of the box by. Yeah, good challenge there from Craig Winter. McGeady just allowed to turn, but Craig Winter was wise to that one. You can maybe sense just a little bit of frustration getting into the Celtic crowd. They were hoping for a barrelload of goals this afternoon. They got 3 in the first half, none yet in the second half. Let's see what Celtic can do here. It's Riordan. Plays it wide to Zurawski. Got space and time to look in. Plays in the cross, looking for Vinegar of Hesseling. And again, perhaps maybe just short of match fitness, just not managing to get on the end of that one, the big number 10. Attendance this afternoon here at Celtic Park, just 18,600 turning out for this one. Plenty of empty seats. Naylor on his right foot, preferring to play in Snow. Snow then gives it to Presley, chips it in with his left foot, and it's cleared by Bagan. Dumbarton have done well this half. You could excuse them for maybe coming out and losing their shape in their quest for a goal and getting something out of this game, but they've done well. They've stuck to their task. They've kept their shape, and they've kept the scoreline the way it was at the end of the first half, which is to their credit. David Craig with a long one upfield, signed from Partick Thistle in the summer. To Canning. Gagan with a nice first touch. Nice possession play by Dumbarton. Presley in with a challenge though. Snow's able to collect that one and play it back to OD. Now here's Aidan McGeady on the attack. Cuts inside, he's got Zurawski, plays it to Zurawski, time to turn, lovely little pass through to Riordan. What can he do here? Well, that's exactly what Derek Riordan can do given half a chance. Dumbarton have done well to keep the score at 3 up until now, but McGeady ran forward, played the pass to Zurawski. Zurawski looked up, Riordan had made the run, and with his first touch, the former Hib striker gets his second goal for the club. McGeady allowed to turn inside. Zurawski with a nice little first touch. He looked up, he saw the run from Riordan, and Riordan doesn't need to be asked twice in those situations. Clinically finished by Riordan for his second goal and Celtic's fourth. For Dumbarton now, it's just a case of trying to keep the score down to a fairly respectable tally. Here's the goal scorer, Riordan. Snow thinking about the long range shot. He does let fly from about 26, 27 yards. It was on target. Goalkeeper watched that one all the way and did well to hold on to it. Accurate shot there from the big Dutchman, well taken by Grindley. Here's McGeady. Inside to Zurawski. Back to McGeady, looking for Vinegar of Hesseling, and Riordan had made the run. Well taken down by Riordan. Telfer with the cross in. Derek Riordan will be really pleased to get another goal for Celtic. Getting more appearances now, and you can see confidence really beginning to rise in his play. A confident finish from the youngster. McNaught back to Geoghegan, and now Begin. Geoghegan just manages to keep it in. Lennon did well to come back. He saw Hamilton had made the run inside, and Lennon was there to just clear and give it to Presley. Nice turn by Riordan. Ryan Boris challenged in the midfield by Lennon. Lennon thinks he got the ball. He certainly looked to get a touch, but perhaps the follow-through was enough for the referee to give the free kick. Another change for Celtic. Thomas Gravison it is that's coming on, and Celtic captain Neil Lennon will make way. Gravison been in good form for Celtic of late, coming up with a few very important goals as well. Neil Lennon has done well so far today. Gets to sit the rest of this one out. Good challenge by Venegar of Hesseling. Gravison's first touch. Here he is again. Always likes to start an attack. Long ball looking for McGeady. Flag was up for offside. Gravison looked up. He saw McGeady was in a bit of space. The pass was accurate, but Dumbarton fence had just come out in time for the flag to go up. One well by O'Dea. Boris does well to get it back to Geoghegan. Trying to play in Winter. Cleared again by O'Dea. Zurawski coming deep again to collect. Telfer trying to play in Riordan. It's well cut out though by Chris Boyle. Here's Lee Naylor taking the captain's armband from Neil Lennon. A proud afternoon for him. Riordan back to Gravison. Gravison looks up again, playing the long ball. This time does find McGeady in an onside position. McGeady turns inside like he loves to do. Well, he went for the long range effort, just couldn't get any curl on the ball, and it sailed wide of Grindley's left hand post. Long searching pass by Gravison, found McGeady, turned inside. The shot came in, but it was well wide. One again by O'Dea. He really has won just about everything in the air in the defence for Celtic today. Free kick to Celtic, chance now to mount another attack. Telfer inside to Gravison. Plays it square to O'Dea. Good, crisp, accurate passing by Celtic. Here's McGeady. Naylor with a bit of space, turns inside, plays it to Zurawski. Back to Naylor with a left foot. Well, that's a good save by the Dumbarton goalkeeper, Lee Naylor. He turned one way, he turned the other, he found the ball on his favoured left foot, and the stand-in Celtic captain could only watch in anguish as his shot was well saved by Stephen Grindley. Fantastic save by the Dumbarton keeper. Corner to Celtic though. Substitution being made by Dumbarton. Off comes number 7, Ryan Boris. And on will go big striker John Gemmell. Gemmell, the one who scored the only goal against Raith Rovers to get Dumbarton into this round. known by the Suns faithful as the Beast. And it comes from Riordan. The flick on was there. Very good of Hesselink again with a chance in the 6-yard box. Grindley smothers the ball in the end. The danger is over from Dumbarton. A couple of their players down in the box. Grindley chooses to get rid of the ball. The ball fell to very good of Hesselink. He just couldn't get enough purchase on it to get the ball in the back of the net. And it ends up there's a couple of players down in the box. Canning picked up a little knock. Looks like he took a sore one there. Again, another chance though, falling to very good of Hesselink. He's had a few this afternoon in the box, and perhaps with a bit more matches under his belt and his sharpness back, it could have had 2 or perhaps 3. Well dealt with in the end though by the Dumbarton defence. Gets back to his feet. Should be okay to continue. He was a bit of an injury doubt before this match. Substitution for Celtic. Very good of Hesselink. Back in scoring form in this one this afternoon. He'll make way, and Kenny Miller comes on for the Hoops. Kenny Miller desperate to get on the score sheet. He's only managed 2 league goals so far this season. He'll be looking to get his Scottish Cup goals tally off the mark. So Miller and Riordan coming on for Celtic in this half, along with Gravison, of course. Long kick-up field by Grindley. It's won again by O'Dea. Does well to get it back to Presley. Time for Presley to look up. He decides to come forward with it and then checks back to Gravison. Riordan get this one. He does! Takes it past Britton. Well, Dumbarton clear that chance there. Riordan did well with his first touch. Just nicked it past Britton and couldn't get on the end of the second chance. Still Celtic have it though with Gravison. Time to look up, plays in the cross. Zurawski wins the header. But not with the ball forward, looking for Gemmell. Just couldn't get on the end of that one. Yet again, it was Darren O'Dea in the right place at the right time for Celtic. Well, one in the air by Geoghegan. Gravison to Naylor. Naylor's continued his run. McGeady's got him to the outside. He checks inside though. McGeady with one of his tricks does well. Creates space for the cross. Tried to play in Kenny Miller. It's well cleared by Begin. McGeady will get another chance though. Dumbarton unable to clear the lines. The cross comes in again. It's well dealt with this time. Canning. Forward comes Gravison. Here he is again. McGeady inside to Snow. Here's Zurawski. Chance perhaps for Riordan to turn. He turns well. Chip cross-ins, well dealt with by Geoghegan. Celtic have it again with Gravison. Kenny Miller trying to get on the end of that one. Gravison square to Snow. Patient build-up play this from Celtic. Here's Snow getting into a shooting opportunity, does decide to go for it, mishits the shot, almost played in Kenny Miller, but Dumbarton defence got to it first. Still not clear though, Celtic with another chance to come forward. McGeady just trying to play in Zurawski that time, and now Dumbarton on the attack with McNaught. He's got Gemmell to his right, he turns inside. This is well played from David McNaught, still with it. Oh, it's well tackled in the end by Paul Telfer. Oh, young David McNaught came on in this half. He must have run a good 25-30 yards with the ball there, just unable to get the finish to it. Here's Kenny Miller. Wilden made the run inside, just not picked up by McGeady. Here's another attack on for Celtic. Here's Naylor. Naylor trying the first time cross, this time it's well dealt with by Hamilton. Corner to Celtic though. Derek Wilden coming over to take this one. Presley's gone into the far corner of the box. Wilden plays it short though to McGeady. Nice turn inside, will he shoot? He does shoot, he goes for the far corner! Well, his shot came back off the post. You could see what was on his mind when he cut inside. He saw the space ahead of him. Still not clear though. Here's Gravison. Cross comes in. Presley's there, but out comes Grindley to collect with some confidence. Well, when McGeady got this, you could see what was on his mind. He tried to curl it into the bottom far corner. Almost managed it, but the post came to the rescue for Grindley and Dumbarton. Forward looking for Kenny Miller. Takes it down well. Loses possession though. Here comes McGeady again. This time he goes for the long cross, looking for Wilden. That'll be cut out. Well, Britain played it back across. Kenny Miller was there. They will clear now at the second attempt, but almost letting Celtic in there. Nice cross in by Naylor. Zurawski getting on the end of that, still searching for his hat-trick. Here's Bagan. Out to Geoghegan, who's got McGeady with him. He plays it to Hamilton inside, cut out well by Gravison, who had tracked back. Presley's got Winter on him, does well to get it back to Boric. Here's McGeady. So much of this second half play going through McGeady. Lovely ball forward to Miller, plays it back to McGeady. Miller's looking for the return pass. Instead it's back to Naylor. Well, Naylor chipped it forward. I think he thought McGeady was going to run onto that one, but in the end, no one did. And it goes all the way back to Grindley, who clears upfield. Darren O'Day penalised for the challenge there on Gemmell. Free kick to Dumbarton midway into the Celtic half. John Gemmell, of course, gives Dumbarton the option of playing the long ball, the big target man up front. And that's what they'll be looking to do as this game draws to a close. Here's Geoghegan. Well cut out now. McGeady can break. He's got Snow to his inside. Kenny Miller's up there as well. Zurawski's making a run towards the far post. It's still McGeady. Plays it across, finding Kenny Miller. What can he do? He goes for the spectacular overhead kick. It was on target, but Grindley was in the right place at the right time and gathered. Miller got it, touched it up for the overhead kick, and the acrobatic effort straight into the hands of the Dumbarton keeper. Here's Boyle. Lee Naylor with the challenge on Hamilton. Well, Dumbarton, despite being 4 goals down, certainly haven't disgraced themselves this afternoon. Competent performance from the 3rd Division part-timers. They've had a couple of chances in the match as well. And they've managed to keep out Celtic on a few occasions. The long-range effort comes in. It's a nice effort, though, from Craig Winter. Boric had to be alive to that one. It was on target, and he made a good save. Craig Winter coming forward, bit of space in front of him, opened out, he went for the long-range effort, well dealt with by the keeper. Here's Zurawski, and the power of running this afternoon. Inside to Snow. Zurawski again coming to collect. Naylor does well to win the header. Miller tries to play him back in with the neat back heel. Didn't quite come off for him, however. Dumbarton can clear the lines. A little bit of trickery and invention there from Kenny Miller. Forward comes Celtic again. Here's Riordan, the long cross in, looking for McGeady at the back post. Lovely first touch by McGeady, controls that well and plays it back to Naylor. That's well cut out in the end from Hamilton. Lovely first touch by Ed McGeady to bring that ball down. Here he comes again. Celtic do here, just patiently playing it about. Here's Paul Telfer. Let's the ball to Gravison. Riordan will get this. Gravison turns inside, surrounded by yellow jerseys now. Dumbarton on the attack. Celtic have got a Ian Presley back. Nice ball played forward, however. Forward come Dumbarton. They've got a few players up. They've got some options in the box. It's back to Begin. Celtic seem to have calmed this attack down. Here's Chris Hamilton looking to get the cross in. Does manage to get it in, and well, Boric has to be alert to that one as the cross came in. It was a nice break, a nice move from Dumbarton. They got it to the byline, played a lovely cross in, but Boric was there to collect. Snow again, just a bit inaccurate with his passing at some stages in the game. Managing to just hit that one out. Well, as we move into time added on for stoppages, it's been a fairly convincing performance from Celtic. I don't think there was going to be any doubt about who was going to win this one, especially after those 2 fairly early goals from Zurawski. But especially in the second half, I think Dumbarton have played well. They've had their chances to perhaps get back in the match, and they've kept Celtic at bay on a few occasions. Here's Telfer. Referee Willie Collum blows his final whistle and brings this Tennent's Scottish Cup 3rd round tie to a close. A convincing win in the end for Gordon Strachan, who shakes hands with Jerry McCabe. Dumbarton came here looking to provide an upset. It wasn't to be. Goals in the first half from Zurawski, who scored twice. Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink back in the side. He got one before half-time, and then some substitutions made in the second half. Derek Wilden got the fourth. There's Zurawski with his first nice chip over Grindley. That was 1-0. Second goal wasn't long after that. Nakamura again with a lovely ball. Zurawski just managing to chest this one down, and a beautiful half-volley finish into the back of the net. Bit of an old-fashioned stramash here as Dumbarton tried to clear the lines. It ended up coming off the bar, and Vennegoor of Hesselink says thank you very much. Into the second half then. Wilden came on. Zurawski found them with a lovely pass, and a first-time shot fired into the back of the net. Convincing victory for Celtic in the end then. Final score here at Celtic Park: Celtic 4, Dumbarton 0.
There's live football action from Germany every week on Setanta Sports as we bring you the best of the Bundesliga. There are some epic games in prospect this season, and competition is hotter than ever as the country's top teams compete in the race for the title. From Munich to Mönchengladbach, Setanta Sports brings you live coverage of the Bundesliga every week in Football Europa. For more information, visit www.setanta.com.
US Golf has a new home on Setanta, and January's great schedule includes the first 2007 event on the mainland, the ever-popular Bob Hope Chrysler Classic.
No doubt about it this time.
The Champions Tour tees off in Hawaii at the MasterCard Championship.
Better than most.
Tiger Woods defends the Buick Invitational from a strong US and European field.
Sensational shot once again.
It couldn't have been much better.
The Champions Tour stays in the beautiful Hawaiian Islands for the Turtle Bay Championship.
Finishing in style.
And there's the best attended tournament in the world at the most amazing location, the FBR Open in the Phoenix Desert.
And that was a better swing. The line's good. The line's good. Home.
That's January on Setanta Golf.
Life depends on the warmth of the sun being trapped by a layer of gases that surround the Earth. As we produce more of these gases, the world will get warmer, and the extreme climate effects we have witnessed may become more frequent.
100 degrees Fahrenheit. It's the hottest day ever recorded in Britain.
If we could see the gases, the causes of the problem would be obvious. It's not too late to make a difference. The solutions exist, but we all have to act now to tackle the problem. Visit climatechallenge.gov.uk to find out how. Tomorrow's climate is today's challenge.
For more practical ideas on how to save energy and money, call 0845 727 7200. It doesn't take much energy to save energy.
Any more transfer rumours and gossip we want to hear from you?
Live on Setanta Sports, the Real Radio Football phone-in with Ewan Cameron and Alan Ruff. If it's in the news, they'll be talking about it. And if you want to join in, why not give them a call?
Here we go, fire away, come on, fire away.
It's live, it's controversial, everyone's talking about it.
You're a cheeky get, you so you are.
The Real Radio phone-in with Ewan Cameron and Alan Ruff, Monday and Wednesday at 6 on Setanta Sports.
Kenny McDowell leaves Celtic for Rangers. Sorry to see him go. Darren O'Dea admits he's disappointed to lose reserve team coach. And we continue the build-up to Sunday's game with another classic performance against Hearts. Hi there, welcome to the show. So Celtic confirmed earlier today the departure of reserve team coach Kenny McDowell, who is widely expected to take up a coaching role at Rangers. Kenny, who won 6 consecutive Reserve League titles, has been credited with the progress of Aidan McGeady, Sean Maloney and Steve McManus, among others. In a shock move, former manager Billy McNeill is here to discuss that and more. Hi Billy.
Ali.
We'll get to the fallout of Kenny's departure shortly, but first let's start with Celtic defender Darren O'Dea. The 19-year-old Irishman has been reaping the benefits of some excellent performances in the reserves with a number of appearances for the first team this season. Hoping to continue his good form and establish himself as a regular, he spoke of his progression, but before that he admitted to being shocked at the sudden departure of Kenny McDowell.
Yeah, obviously it was quite a surprise because no one had seen it really coming, but no, I hope he's been a great coach to a lot of us, and I hope he does well.
You've been part of the reserve set-up for the past few seasons. What was Kenny like as a coach?
He's quite tough at times, but he's a good coach, and he's a friend now as well. So obviously I wish him all the best away in Rangers.
How surprised were you to hear that it was Rangers he had moved to?
We were obviously quite surprised, but obviously he's a really good coach, and he's shown that with the results we've got in the reserves in the last few years, and so it was obviously not really a surprise that it was a big club, but obviously Rangers, it is a little bit of a surprise.
Focusing on your own career now, Darren, and how pleased are you with how things have been going?
Quite pleased, but it's just a matter of keeping it going now. People will praise you when you play well, but they'll also be the first to criticise you when you don't play well, so I'm not too looking back at myself now. I'm trying to look forward, and just looking forward to if I can get a few more chances to take them.
Stephen Presley recently signed here at Celtic. How's he to play alongside?
Yeah, obviously great. I didn't know him before he came in, and he's just got massive experience, and it really helps a player like me just coming in, and he's obviously done great in the 2 games he's played in, and I just look to learn off him all the time.
When Stephen did sign, did you think that his arrival would put your position in the team in doubt?
No, because at Celtic there's always going to be players coming in and out, so I don't really look at speculation and all, but when players do come in, rather than thinking of it as a threat, I look to maybe learn off them and improve my own game. But as I said, I prefer to be in the side off my own merit rather than the lack of players, so the more the better, and it's just a bigger challenge for me.
How determined are you to stake a real claim for a regular starting spot at the centre of defence?
Yeah, obviously it's my main aim, but I'm still quite young, so especially for centre half, so I'm not in no hurry. I'm just wanting to learn the game as much as I can, and if it comes sooner rather than later, great. But if I have to wait, I'll just be patient.
Have you spoken to the manager at all about what will happen when all the defenders are fit again?
No, there's no need to speak about it, really. It's he'll pick what his best side he thinks, so when everyone's fit he'll just pick the 11 he thinks is best, so it's obviously up to him completely, and if I do stay in the team I'll be absolutely delighted, obviously, but if I don't, it's not going to be a disaster. I just need to stay patient, work hard, and as I said, I'm quite young, so I have a long way to go to learn a lot in the game.
You've also managed to score 2 goals recently. What was that feeling like?
The first one, there wasn't much feeling because I was just thinking about obviously getting the ball back because we were 2-0 down, but the second one was great, especially it was the first goal, so it was quite an important goal. But as I say, I'm just mainly wanting just to keep clean sheets and do well as a defender, but scoring goals is a massive bonus as a defender, so if it helps me progress as a player, it's great.
What are your hopes for the second half of the season?
To obviously wrap up the league as quickly as possible, not to become complacent because we have quite a big gap, but win it as quickly as possible, and then when the Champions League does come around, obviously just to give that a go, and hopefully we think we can beat AC Milan. We know we can beat AC Milan, but it'll obviously be a massive task, and hopefully we can do it. But just to win every game that comes along at Celtic, it's a massive